So you're on a budget and you have enough to buy one box of Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. You're excited about playing the set. You're okay with not having every card that you need, but you want to get a little bit of variety. Do you get a set box? Should you be going for a draft box? Today we're looking at a Kamigawa Neon Dynasty set box, what I opened in it, so that you can get an idea for what generally you can expect in opening a set box, and think about whether or not that's going to work for you and how you want to play Magic the Gathering. So this is what I opened in my previous box here on the channel. You can go back and check that out if you're interested in seeing all the details of which cards I pulled and everything. But the first thing that I want to look at here is our commons and our uncommons. Did we get enough to make some, relatively diverse decks? Of course, you're not building the Champions deck here, but can you make something that's interesting, fun? Can you get kind of that sealed vibe from it, whether you're doing just small sealed sets or, kind of like box battles or fun stuff like that? So first thing you'll see is that, of course, like a draft box, there's going to be way more commons than there are uncommons. And as I counted it all up, there was still a pretty even split between the different colors. So there was no one color that had way more than others, though I did feel like there was more variance than what you would expect in a draft booster box, which makes sense because set packs, you get your themes in each one of them, and each pack is not designed to have, at least one of each color in it in the common slot. So there's a little bit more randomness, but I found that, the color that had the most was green, that had 55 commons and uncommons. Black was the lowest one, was 43. So you don't get a ton of them, but it's still plenty if you want to be making some sealed decks. And of course, if you're mixing two colors together and you're adding colorless cards and lands, you're going to have plenty of cards to make a few different decks, mix things together, and have some fun with it. You're still going to be able to have some variety in the set. And of course, because you got a set box, you're going to be getting a lot of these cool looking cards here, right? A lot of cards with those showcase frames. And yes, they do look good. Not that that looks bad, right? That's still pretty cool too. So set box, you still get a good mix. You're still going to get a good mix, and you're still going to be able to make a variety of decks based on the mix that you get from it. So I was happy to see that. And when I counted up my rares and majestics, I actually got 41 in this box. So consider that with a draft box, and probably got more than I would have gotten from a draft box. And actually, there was a couple foils in there, but it was just really nice to see that many, a good variety. Now, one thing to note though, is some of the ones you're going to get in a set box are going to come from the commander set. Or the commander decks. Kamigawa commander decks, which means that, if that bothers you, maybe you don't want to buy a set box, but I don't think that's, too big of a bother. I think it kind of adds a little interest, if you're just playing from one box as opposed to trying to build a perfect standard deck or something like that. And of course, because you bought a set box, you might get something interesting or weird from the list, like Mr. T or Karametra. So you can have some really fun pulls like that too if you're doing, again, kind of sealed battles with your friend. Sealed box battles would be really fun with this. And you're getting some of those really cool full art cards in there. So it was good. And of course, you get a couple little bonuses that, don't help you play so much, but you're going to get art cards. If you like that, of course, go for a set box. If you don't really care about the art cards, then you can just kind of, ignore that portion of it. And you're going to get some really, really cool lands. I don't know the exact ratio of what you're going to get between a set box and draft box, but you get quite a few. And I also got a couple more foil ones that are already put away. And in those numbers they gave too, actually, that wasn't counting all the foils. I already have them sealed up to try and, help avoid some of that curl. But again, you're going to get plenty of cards to play with. I think you have a lot of fun with a set box. A draft box, really, unless you're going to draft it, I'm probably going to go with a set box Or if you're somebody who really wants to have more commons to play with and you want to have a wider diversity of them, you should probably go with a draft box. But if you're okay with it being a little bit more random, the colors not being as evenly paired or matched, then I think a set box is a great choice. And I think a set box is a great choice. And again, you get the opportunity to pull some really fun stuff in that list slot. Let me know if this video was helpful for you. Leave a comment, leave a like, share it with someone, and enjoy Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. Have a great day.